Yo, man, what's going on? You know, I'm not even going to make it seem like that this is some type of exciting, crazy video or nothing like that, but this is honestly something sad. Just even by the title and thumbnail, you know, I haven't had a chance to watch this, but I try to be somewhat courteous and cautious of just sometimes when I do my intros and things like that, to where I'm not making it seem like this is some type of exciting thing, but it's something that needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? I mean, my son is also my brother is the title it's the title of this video. You really already know what to expect, you know, because I mean, obviously something happened within their household where her son became her brother and had to obviously do something with her father, you know, but that's why I want to make sure I keep cautious, because it honestly takes a very strong individual to come out and honestly talk about something like this in front of millions and millions of people, you know. And I just want to let you know right now, if you're a victim of something like this, you know, you have people here, and I do, who's willing to, you know, talk to you about it, get therapy and things like this, to where you can potentially come out and save somebody else's life, you know, because I personally believe that as many times as somebody have done something, that it can only be one time they get caught, you know, and that one time doesn't mean that was their only time doing it. That just means that was their only time getting caught. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just take that in mind, you know, but I do hope to all my young women and young men out there too, because it's men who go through things like this as well, within family households and things like this. I do hope and pray that you build the strength to come out and, you know, speak about some things, you know what I'm saying? But until then, let's go to get this video and see what this is talking about. Like I said, the title was pretty catchy, and I don't want to be, you know, too just not courteous and not just aware of what's going on. So I'm gonna be cautious with it. But let's get into this video right now, man. And one like equals one prayer to these victims. You know what I'm saying? But let's go, y'all.
Did anything traumatic ever happen to you?
It did.
What happened?
My biological father, he used to rape and molest me a lot of the times, you know.
What age were you?
From the age of 12 to 14. So for 2 years, that's how he ended up in prison. They ended up giving him 35 years in prison.
Man.
So that's what he went to prison for? Yep. Did this make the news or anything like that?
Nope.
I don't know. I kind of
blacked
drifted away
out
from it and just put it in the back of my mind. I was living with, like, back and forth between family members and stuff like that, but I really didn't know of them. I was kind of getting thrown around. So I didn't know my dad. Like, one of my family members introduced me to my dad, and he was like, I'll take her in. And shortly after, that's when the rape and molestation started happening and stuff like that.
Were you the only one living there with him?
No, he had a wife. He had, the granddad was living. The granddad actually caught him doing it one time.
Wow.
He caught him doing it?
Yes.
How? What happened?
He didn't do nothing about it.
Wow.
Nothing.
I bet y'all that the granddad was doing that to him when he was a kid. I bet y'all, even though like that ain't justifying anything that he was doing, because her father is complete sick. 12 and 14, bro, to your daughter in general is just completely sick. You know what I'm saying? But for the grandfather to walk in and not say anything just shows what type of grandparent or father he was to him. He must have been doing the same thing. Sad.
Okay, so let me just ask, the first time when this happened, what was going through your head?
It was just like a lot of emotions. Like, this is my dad. Like, why is my dad, somebody who's supposed to care and nurture me, do all these things to me? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? You're supposed to be a support system. You're supposed to love and care for me, and you're doing this to me. You're taking my body, my soul, really. You know, because the soul is connected to the body. You're violating me, and it just felt horrible, you know. But I couldn't really do or say nothing or have a voice because I was a child.
How often would he do this?
Every day.
It was an everyday thing for 2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I actually ended up getting pregnant by my dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened with that?
I have a 15-year-old son in his world.
Wow.
But I never really like to talk about it.
So you birthed the child?
Yeah.
And did you give him up for adoption or something? Or?
Yeah.
So how did your dad end up getting caught?
That is sad, man. That is sad. She have a child who is half her age already. Like, and she can't even see the kid because I mean she adopted the child. You know, that's I don't know. I know this is probably somewhat sensitive for her to talk about.
Just told I got tired of getting. He was me. He was me.
What was he you for?
I don't know. I don't got his brain. I don't know.
Well, I mean, was he saying like you didn't clean up your room? I'm gonna you like?
No, he'll just me. Put cigarettes out in my face, push me in my stomach, me around, me, all kind of stuff. Give me black eyes. Like it was really bad, you know. And I'm a soul. I'm an individual. Like it really made an impact on my life. That's why I'm struggling so hard now because to come with the terms of why that happened to me. But I've gotten over it a lot, you know.
So, who did you tell?
Like I actually told my teacher at school, like one of my close teachers at school. Like some had been on my soul real heavy to like tell. And I went to school that day. I just had gave birth to my son. Like my brother and my son. Like I was just going through so much. I was 14 at the time. And I went to school and I was really stressed out. And I know when I got home I was gonna get something. So it was just like I should tell. So I pulled her to the side and I told her, and she was really distraught. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. You know, she started crying and she called DFAS and she called the authorities like over.
Because who did they think the baby belonged to?
I don't know. My dad was telling me to lie to my grandma, his mom, and everybody saying that it was some boy in Atlanta that got me pregnant and stuff. But he was, so you know, I was scared to say anything to anybody. When it's easier said than done. When you're in a situation like that, it's easy for somebody to say, "Oh, I would have said something." No, it's not that easy because when you're living in fear, you actually think that person is going to harm you because you're already being harmed, you know?
Have you ever met your 15-year-old son / brother?
Yeah, I see him quite frequently.
What is y'all's interactions like?
What happened.
He doesn't know?
He asked me one time who his dad was when I was visiting him one time, and I just burst out in tears because it was like that was a very traumatic experience for me. So it's like I just burst out in tears. And it was sad.
All right. Well, listen, so I mean, you know, at this point, what are we doing to try to get ourselves out of this position of being homeless?
I don't know. I just really need help. I don't try. Like I said, the lack of support and the lack of knowledge and stuff on certain things, it's like keeping me in a big circle. Like
what do you do for money right now?
Right now, I don't have no babysitter. Like, if I don't have no money, how I'm gonna get the babysitter? If I don't have the babysitter, how I'm gonna work? You get what I'm saying?
So what do you do for money? Like, how do you get money in your pocket these days?
I mean, it comes to something here and there. Like, I can be walking. When I tell you, when you trust in God, God is so strong. Like, you have faith. The Bible is real. All of that is real. If you got strong faith, sometimes things will just come to you because of the type of person and the type of anointing you have on you. Like, it'll just fall in your hands. Like, sometimes I'll be walking and somebody will stop me and come hand me $20, and I'm like, I know it's not because I look homeless. Like,
well, because you don't look homeless.
Like, it gotta be that anointing. You feel me? That light. And it's angels that there's God sending to you because he know you needed that $20 or he know you needed that $30. So he'll send, because it's souls.
I get it. Let me ask you this. I mean, some people gonna ask, like, did you do your own hair or did you how'd you get that done?
Locks. This is my real hair.
Oh, have you not tried to go through any of the programs where you end up getting a housing voucher and things like that?
I filled out applications and stuff like that. So, you know, everything in life is a waiting game. Don't nothing come fast. If it comes fast, that means it's not for you.
Well, listen, we appreciate you for sure. And we definitely wish you and little fella nothing but the best out here, all right?
All right, thank you.
You make sure you have a good one, sweetie.
You too.
All right.
We touch on this, but I do hope that this young woman has like somewhat of a GoFundMe or something that, if it's a video that have some substance, some sequential substance behind it, and that makes sense. And I know a lot of people will see something like this and somewhat connect and understand and somewhat feel like the sorrow that's somewhat around the situation. you know, and want to support and somewhat donate to her to help her out, you know. But this woman is honestly strong to even say a lot of the things that she decided to say on the internet. You know, and I know it's a lot of people, a lot of women in particular, you know, and some men as well. I'm not gonna knock y'all, but it's a lot of women in particular who go through similar situations and don't want to talk about it at all. Like, they don't want to have nothing to do. They don't want to say nothing about it because it's very fragile. You know, it's very, how can I say it? Like, it's embarrassing almost. Like, not almost, it is. It's very embarrassing possibly for them. You know, and they think like, you know, if they just keep it in, like, it'll go away, you know, but that's not always the case. Like, you never know. Like, you can possibly let it out and you can save plenty of young women and young men life to whatever you're going through. You know, like that one predator, like, that's the, I really don't think that possibly was his first time. That was just his only time he was caught. In a lot of the situations and times, that's where it plays out, because a lot of people just come out into the light and start saying things that happen to them. Like, when it's one person, then you start hearing all these other people coming up, no, this happened to me, this happened to me, and like, it turns out to be true, because that's just the first time they got caught. But you was the soldier who decided to speak up and put your foot down and stand up to what really is going on. You get what I'm saying? And it's sad, like, to see situations like this play out in general. I promise you it is. Like, I do pray and I do hope, you know, that this young woman just, you know, that her life is blessed. You know, like, honestly, she's a strong soldier to go through the things she's going through at the age that she's at now and still just living. You know, and this entire time, like, you didn't see a teardrop from her face. You seen nothing but teeth and somewhat of smiling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's for her to went through what she went through and she still have a way to smile when she just speak, just shows the type of person that she is. Because a lot of people will break down and cry and be so, like, upset and irritated and don't want to talk about it and things like that. But I feel like she's using her voice somewhat as a vessel for a lot of women who have not had a chance or don't want to, you know, talk about this type of situation. You know, and I know it's very sensitive, you know, so I'm not going to ask anybody any personal things about them and nothing like that. But, you know, if it's something that you feel like that you need to talk about or speak about, like, this could be somewhat of a sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to speak and speak up and potentially save somebody else's life, male or female. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know y'all thoughts on this, man. It is sad to hear that she had to give up her kid. Like, some people in this world, I feel like personally, like, just don't deserve kids at all. Like, you brought this little girl into this world and treated her like that for 2 years. And like 35 years is not enough time for you, man. Honestly, unless they get a hold of you while you in jail, like, it's a special place for you. Let me know y'all thoughts and opinions. Just hit that like button. Y'all comment y'all thoughts. I think I already said that. But make sure if y'all new to the channel as well that y'all hit that subscribe button. And please make sure to hit that post notification bell to get notified when I post another video, man. And let's get it. Let's go.